Welcome to Great Talking Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everyone. My name is KJ, and I am the host. And today's spoiler review is the new Disney Plus series by Marvel's Animation, Marvel Zombies Episode 1 spoiler review. If you have not seen Episode 1, please pause this. And before you go and watch this amazing series, hit the thumbs up button. That would help my YouTube channel out very well, and I truly appreciate that. Come back and let me know what you think about Episode 1 of Marvel Zombies in the comments below. So again, guys, this is a spoiler review. Y'all been warned. Now, let's get into it. This episode starts out with Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan, and Riri Williams with the suit Friday that Tony Stark used when he was Iron Man. And they're looking for, food, just surviving a zombie apocalypse while being attacked by a zombie Hawkeye, Clint Barton, and he's a zombie, and he's still good at using the bow and arrow, which is, the concept of Marvel Zombies is your favorite Marvel characters as zombies with their abilities or powers. So this is not like your typical zombies. And, throughout this all 4 episodes, this has the Walking Dead feel. This has like that Mad Max feel. This has different other zombie shows and movies feel to it that resembles or reminds you of those type of shows or movies, but just in a Marvel cinematic way, of course. And so they see this crash landing of a zombie that has a device that could help solve this zombie problem. And what was interesting, this was a ship that the Wakandans used. But it wasn't a character that the Wakandans would let drive, so it was a different person. But who set this up? So this could have been a trap, of some sort. But who's trying to trap these 3 women, And that's the question to it. And they all 3 set to go off to Ohio, and the Wakandans, who are zombies, are looking for them. And Hawkeye is reporting back to them as a zombie. And they're driving, they're looking for him, and they see this mountain that has been blasted. And what was crazy is who were the 2 zombies that were fighting. And at first I thought it was Thor because they were in the clouds, but I was like, is Loki a zombie too in this? But it wasn't. It was not. It was actually a zombie Captain Marvel. And I believe, according to Friday in the Iron Man suit, this character named Yon-Rogg, who I guess it wasn't a zombie. I'm not quite sure, but he looked like a zombie. But according to the AI Friday in the Iron Man suit, it wasn't. But it was fighting the Captain Marvel zombie, Carol Danvers, which she's part of the reason why that mountain got blasted. And it gets really intense. Like, this was the first thing they wanted you to know is nobody was going to survive. Your favorites were not going to survive this, and your favorites are going to barely make it throughout this. As we see Riri Williams get bitten first, but she sacrifices herself. And then Kate Bishop sacrifices herself. She gets killed real quick by the zombie Captain Marvel. And the only reason why Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel survived was because of the AI Friday, who's part of the one of the Iron Man suits. Tony Stark said she said something along the lines, "I lost one owner. I'm not gonna fail this one." And it sacrificed itself, and as it looked doomed for Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, Blade, who has the power of Moon Knight, saves her while on a motorcycle and gets her back to a safe place. And he takes her to this building who has Elena, Ray Guardian, and Melina. And they have this device that she used in the Black Widow movie where she can control pigs. So she's using that same device. And so she has all these zombies just guarding her, this base that they're at, right? And it seems like a shield base type thing. But Kamala Khan informs them that she has this device that she believes it can help save the zombie problem, but it's like been shrunk to like and quantum shrunk, like something like Ant-Man would do, right? And so they gotta find somebody who knows how to use quantum, which it can't be. She doesn't know that Ant-Man's still alive, right? And she doesn't know who else has survived. Like is Hope father, Dr. Hank Pym, is he still alive? Who knows? But they need to go to somewhere who can get it, which is the new Asgard, is supposedly where this device could work, and somebody who knows how to do it. And so that's the whole mission of that. And what I liked about that so far, just from Riri Williams and Kate Bischoff, they died in this episode already, and all the way to leading up to this. So it's more about, I'm seeing out of this is that this is kind of like a side quest series where you don't have your actual main Marvel stars that the casual fans would go see in theaters, but you have these Marvel characters that are popular to a lot of people, of course, but these are characters that they're not the star of the show, the movie at times. But besides Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, she's the star of this, but we're not seeing Captain America because Captain America's a zombie. We're not seeing Iron Man because obviously he's no longer alive. And we have yet seen Spider-Man. We know he's in this show, but we have not seen him. So these are characters that just they're popular, but they're just not that popular with the casual fans. Like, they recognize them, they know who they are, but they don't really invested in it. So this is kind of like a side quest missions to me, which is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with side quests. Like, if you like playing video games like open worlds, you know that side quests are important, especially if you want the good stuff from armor or equipment, whatever. Like, that's that kind of mission it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so that's what I'm getting out of it. Like, what this is a universe where the big time heroes turn into zombies, and this whole universe is depending on the second, the third best Avengers, or not Avengers, but they're out there. They would assist those Avengers characters. So even Miss Marvel is the star. That's why she's in here, and probably throughout all 4 episodes is going to be portrayed as the leader of the group, or the one they'll depend on in time. So that's what I get out of it, just based on that, because just on those scenes, like Riri and Kate Bischoff, they sacrifice themselves so she can go off and do it. So she's showing the leadership, and obviously she's scared because, again, these are you're not your typical zombies. These are zombies that could be mutants and like ex-cons and like Hulk-like powers, like the Abomination zombies in this. Like, how are you supposed to defeat that? In this scene, or in the next scene, I should say, they explain that this device needs to go in an outer space to activate it, and this will solve the zombie problem. But the problem is that one of the biggest challenges, Wanda Maximoff, who's a zombie, she's controlling all the zombies. So when you see the zombies' eyes turn red, that's her using her powers. And it seems like she's kind of has the same mission that the MCU of Earth 616, Wanda Maximoff, is trying to do, which kind of relates to like having her kids. But for her to have her kids, she has to change reality. So what does the zombie version of, why does she want to do what she wants to do in the zombie universe it's a mystery, but they do explain it on in the next episode, of course. But we know that's the thing. And of course, Wanda knows where they're at, and she has a whole army of zombies as we get this intense battle and trying to get everybody to escape, where Melina had to sacrifice herself for the greater good so everybody else can escape and make sure they can get this to outer space and somehow, get this to work. But it was just insane. Like, and of course, that's how the episode ends, is the death of that. But, this show is not holding back. Like, it seems like some of these Marvel characters that we're seeing are not going to be lasting very long. And of course, this is only 4 episodes. So we got 3 more episodes to go. But it seems like these characters are not going to last very long, which that tells me that I have a feeling that there's just not going to be a happy ending to it. Because the death of Kate Bischoff and Riri Williams really sets it off, the tone of this is going to be a dark and scary, because it's zombies. And of course, Halloween is in October, so it has that horror film to it, and it's supposed to spook you out. And of course, a zombie Wanda Maximoff is dangerous. Just the name of it just sounds dangerous. So far for episode 1, what a good setup. This to me, episode 1 really lays the ground to it. Lays out the plot of the whole story, the concept of it, and what to kind of just expect it to be zombie like related, right? Expect the horrible deaths, expect the scary stuff, and expect to have a high intense moment where a Marvel character that's a zombie is full powered, ready to go, and can still do its ability, and all it wants to do is literally bite you to death. So that's a little scary. That's a Halloween scary feel to it. So I like that. And I also like this. It's like a break in a way, especially if you're following the MCU, the timeline. This is a little break from, trying to follow that, because now we know next year it's Avengers Doomsday, and then Avengers Secret Wars, and of course Spider-Man Brand New Day, right? And when I'm saying this is like a little break for the diehard fans like me who really just tune into all this, this is kind of like just to kind of give you a break from that, and it helps you get re-excited, and because this is like a story you're probably not going to see in the main timeline, so it's really cool to see a unique story like this told in an animation series is really refreshing, and it just makes you love the content of Marvel Studios, Marvel Animation, and all that, and look forward to more animation films like this, because this is really put well together. And obviously it's a simple concept: zombies, scariness, horror. There's gore, there's slashing. Like, you know, it puts these Marvel characters in a different element, and I think it's really cool to see that and stuff. So, and there's a lot of foreshadowing that I see in here too that might pay off in the next MCU film or Disney Plus series. Like a callback or just an Easter egg reference to this show. Like, obviously this is paying homage to like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and of course Marvel's What If, when they did an episode where your favorite Marvel characters turn into a zombie. So this show is really so far having a callback to those particular series and movies, obviously, but it has that feel, and this is a universe that is full-blown zombies, and they're going through all the struggles and pains and emotional damage type scenarios like you would see in a horror film, like a zombie movie type. So I think it's really cool, and again, like I said, it's so refreshing to see this with your favorite Marvel characters. Yeah, it might not be the main ones that you would like to see, like, right off the bat, I could just spoil it right now. We don't see Daredevil as a zombie in this. We don't see the Punisher. I wish we did. I wish we did see those characters. Or Iron Fist. That would have been really cool to see a zombie version of Iron Fist. And, or maybe like a zombie Wolverine or a zombie Deadpool. Like, we didn't get that, but I think that would have been cool. And even just Deadpool in this show would have been even a lot better. But for what they put, the Marvel characters that they do have in this, I will say this, that these were really memorable characters, and we got to see them be leaders. We got to see them have scenes, their own moments in each episode to look like and be the hero, and how they would handle things in their own way that you'd probably expect a Captain America would handle. And it's really unique, and I think this has a full potential to be a series to keep on working on and give multiple seasons, of course. So just based on episode 1, this was a really good, well put together series, and what a good episode to start it off. It's starting off good, so you can imagine episode 2 is going to be even great as this. So what a really good series so far, and I loved it. So if I had to give this a 1 out of 10, I'm going to give it a 5. Really good start. I think that it was a little slow pace, but at the end it started picking up. We're seeing zombies do zombie things, right? And these are zombie Marvel characters, so it's a high intense, and it never slowed down all the way to the end of this episode. So that's a good thing. But like the beginning of it was a little slow, but again, they were trying to explain what has happened, what's going on, what's the layout, and there seems like there's not a lot of survivors to this. So really good tone to start it off. So that's a 5 is good just for an episode 1. Like, that's pretty decent. But that is my spoiler review, y'all. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.